You know, one of the interesting things that's taken place as a result of doing these tests with wood stoves and wood pellets and charcoal is the conversations I've been having with viewers. I've been very much enlightened by a number of the comments. One such conversation was with a good friend of mine, Randal, master blacksmith and knife maker. And if anybody knows anything about charcoal, it would be Randal. And Randal had suggested probably the best way to get the most from charcoal, lump charcoal is the only thing he'll use, by the way. The best way to get anything from it is to use it in some type of a round cylinder type of an affair, where air can be drawn in from the bottom, but there's no secondary air ports anywhere until you reach the top. That got me thinking. I think I know that there is something like that. A charcoal chimney. Usually manufactured by Weber and maybe Napoleon and a few of the others. They make a thing that is used for starting charcoal and rapidly bringing it to high heat, and then you can pour it from the chimney into a charcoal barbecue. Well, I priced those out because I was kind of interested in wondering how well they would actually work for cooking on. And discovered they're not cheap. In fact, the cheapest one I could find was a Bushcraft one at Canadian Tire, selling for $20. The Weber ones were selling at $40. That was just a little rich for me to try just for an experiment. But I was going through my favorite Bushcraft store the other day, Dollarama, and what did I find? A charcoal chimney, $4. Now, I have no illusions that this is of the same quality, thickness, gauge, steel, or anything else as the Weber is, but functionally they're identical. I looked at these and looked at those, and they're designed identical. Will it stand up? Probably not for very long. Will it work for this test? I hope so. If you're interested in seeing how charcoal works in a chimney as something you can cook over, stay tuned. So the concept of a charcoal chimney is that you would put your charcoal in the top, and there's a gap underneath with some air holes, and you would light it from underneath, and you would just let it sit, and it would have a bit of a chimney effect, and like a rocket stove, and the heat would move up through the charcoal, get it to your state of glowing redness that you want, and then you would take it by the handle and dump it into your barbecue. Well, for this purpose I'm going to use some charcoal. I'm going to see if I can't grill right on top of it. I'm also going to see if I can't boil water right on top of it. I just want to put this in perspective again. Why am I even doing this? More of an experiment to see how well charcoal will work in one of these chimneys. But also, if you recall, the original reason why I started doing tests with my twig stoves and charcoal as well as wood pellets was to look for an alternative fuel that I could use in places where it wasn't permissible to break wood and use wood from that area, like a national park. Would I take this with me camping or to a park, a campground? I don't know, maybe. It might just make a nice small something I could use in my backyard while going through the work of creating a huge barbecue, especially if I'm only going to do one hamburger or one sausage like I'm going to do today. So let me get this set up with some charcoal. Now, I'm not going to use a lot of charcoal today because I have no need for a lot, so I'll put a few blocks in and I'll show you what I've got inside. Maybe one, two more. So if you can see inside there, it's less than half full. I don't have a lot of charcoal in here. That's a little bit more than I had fit in my emberlet. Probably a little bit more than I'll get inside my firebox stove when I do the tests on that. But it should be enough for doing this test. Underneath it, I have those cubes that I used from the last test, the zip lighter cubes, and a little bit of newspaper. And all I'm going to do is put them inside of there, light that with a barbecue, or with a barbecue lighter, and then put the chimney back on top. We do have quite a bit of wind here, so I don't know how that's going to affect it. All right. Well, right away you can see that the flame and smoke is being drawn up through the briquettes very quickly. But I suspect even so it's going to take a few minutes before they start to catch. So there probably won't be much to see for a few minutes. I'll let that go and let you know how long it's been when I turn the camera back on. So it's been about 5 minutes since I lit the newspaper and put it underneath the chimney. And already you can see quite a few of the coals are burning quite brightly. And there is a good amount of heat there. I don't think it's quite ready to grill over yet, but But part of what I wanted to do today is also see if this will boil water. Now, consideration for that is you don't want a pot that's going to be big enough to occlude the whole top of the chimney. And so what I've chosen is my GSI kettle. My GSI kettle is just slightly smaller than the opening, so I need some way of supporting it. What I've brought out is just 2 tent pegs. And I'll put those 2 tent pegs across. I'm looking for something that will support the kettle, but also allow some airflow. So I'll put that on. There's quite a bit of heat. Is there enough heat to bring it to a boil? Not sure, but that's what we're going to check and see. All right, if this does in fact come to a boil, I'll bring it back and tell you how long it's been. Okay, this is very respectable, just over 6 minutes. And it's a nice, moderately hard rolling boil. Yeah, that's okay. I know that works. And there's no way I'm going to be able to pick those up by hand. Oh, there's some great heat coming out of that now. Another dollar store find, or make if you will. I just showed this in another video. Quick idea, it's a little basket that you can get for grilling vegetables over a barbecue. You take the lid off of it, instant grill. And on top of that grill, what are we going to place? Hot Italian sausage. Now it may take a few minutes for that to cook. That's sizzling already, that's nice. I'll keep an eye on it. I'll cook that for a few minutes and I'll bring you back. So, you know, I was a little worried when I started this that there might be too much heat for grilling, because the chimneys are known for producing a lot of heat and really bringing those briquettes, or not briquettes, the chunk charcoal to high heat quickly. Maybe it's just because I put a little bit of charcoal in the bottom, less than half full, that I don't have the intensity of heat, but certainly plenty for the grilling that I'm doing right now. Probably cook chicken, steak, hamburgers, just about anything. All right, this is lunch for me. So, that is now ready to eat. Add some hot salsa to my hot Italian sausage. And my lunch is ready. All right, I'm going to enjoy my lunch and then I'll bring you back for some closing thoughts. So what does a charcoal chimney and grilling a sausage over a charcoal chimney have to do with bushcraft? Not much, but it was fun. I guess I could relate it and say fire making, maybe so. But I think it was just interesting to learn a little bit more about how charcoal works and how it functions, and what you can do with charcoal. I can understand now why a lot of the purists, barbecue purists, refuse to use propane gas and will only use charcoal. It does impart a nice flavor, nice even heat, strong heat. I can really see that. Might be something to look at for my own backyard use. The idea here was that I would use this charcoal chimney to cook over as a means of just something inexpensive, $4, with a grill on top that cost me $2, and something I could take maybe to a park and use. Yeah. Could I take it car camping? Oh yeah, I think so. I wouldn't have to create a large barbecue or have a gas barbecue around that would work. So, bushcraft? Maybe not. How about we look at it this way? Learning how to use the resources available to you. Let's rationalize it that way. Anyway, okay, so was it a successful experiment? Absolutely. Boiled water in just over 6 minutes, grilled up my Italian sausage very quickly, had a nice tasty lunch. Gonna have to go have a nap now, I think. No, but seriously, yeah, it was worth doing, and I just wanted to point out that there are some inexpensive options out there. If you're interested in trying something like this, Dollarama, at least here in Halifax, has these for $4, and you can get that grill, like I said, for $2. So something that you can try if you're interested in doing. Anyway, until next time, get out and explore. Take that path less traveled. It'll make all the difference. Bye for now.